Okay, so welcome to my messy studio this morning. Grabbed my camera, finally found it, so I could come down and show you the stuff we pulled out of the kiln this morning, which is kind of exciting. But as you can see, some things turn out and some things don't. You never know when you're working with a kiln how it's going to go. So today, we pulled out things. We tried to match a broken earring. Someone had a broken earring, and I'm not sure I like the way that worked. We're going to run that one back through the kiln. My 5-year-old decided she needed to make some magnets. Awful big for some magnets. This one's kind of thin, so we'll go over that when she gets off school and tell her we're probably going to try again and recycle that glass. Here I made some multicolored pattern bars for my students to use, where they can just cut them up or however they want to do it. They could even just cut it and use it as its own pendant if they wanted just a speckly one. But this was kind of cute because I threw this in a jagged piece of white glass and just threw color on it, and it came out looking like a butter knife. Huh. You never know what you're going to get. Another pattern bar I just threw in there. Kind of cool with this one. Kind of came out like silvery here and here, which is not really in the glass I used. So that was just something that went weird in the kiln and just kind of came out neat. Let's see, we have a new pendant in the process of. Turned out really nice. I have been trying to work on letters, getting letters into my glass, words into my glass. A friend of mine on Facebook requested for me to put Yah or Yahweh or Yahweh, people say it differently, in some glass. And so she's challenged me to find ways to get words. And I've had some good results, and I've had some bad results. The family one today turned out pretty good. I do think so. But as I was going with it, let's see. The funky one turned out pretty good. That one will probably end up being a magnet or a push pin for a cork board. It's just kind of cool. And then some just burn out. As you can see, this one actually was a decal of a long stem rose. Can't tell very well. And we had just another pattern. This was for a friend of mine. Her name is Kim. I've been working on getting her. She wanted a jade color. And I finally got one out of the kiln. And this morning I'm feeling it. Right there's a lump. And if you can see, I think that it got a little bit of fiber paper blown around in the kiln and landed on her piece. So there's a little lump in the center. I can't see it so bad. It doesn't really affect so much, but I just didn't like it there. I wanted it to be perfect for her. So I think, Kim, I'm going to try again for you. This one is for my niece, Kiana, requested. I had one on that said Truth, just the same colors, and she wanted a purple background. And she said, I want one just like that, except I want it purple and I want it to say peace. So exactly, not exactly, but it came out good. She'll like it. And this one, I was making these pendants last night, and I was thinking about a friend on my Facebook who also is named Jay. I won't say her whole name, but she's always giggling. She's giggle, giggle, everything's giggle. So I made a giggle pendant because I was thinking about her. And here's my freehand attempt at Yah for Karen, the inspiration for letters into my glass. Karen, I'm still not thrilled with it. I'm going to keep working. This one turned out green. It has the purple, but I can't seem to get a gold lettering. I'm not sure where I'm going to find that. I'm going to have to do some research online and see if somebody's making some gold lettering instead. That was freehand, of course you can see, because I can't seem to get any of my letters like this to stay without burning out. Oops, burning out like that. So I am still on the quest for the proper way of getting that done. Now here, this is kind of neat because this was the same kind as those letters, the same kind of decal, and the two flowers there, and they didn't burn out, but they ran in the same kiln at the same temperature, and they, were just in a different area of the kiln. And they did the same holds and everything, and still, this one burned out. There's a flower that was just like this. Those didn't. Just all, it's weird how that happens. And this one even slid, as you can see, in the kiln. It had some movement, so this one is, recycled glass now. This one again had the flowers. This had a couple roses in it, and it burnt out too. So you can see when I'm running the kiln, you don't know what's going to happen all the time. And sometimes it's, a pleasant mistake that happens, kind of like my knife was a really cool surprise, I thought, this morning. And sometimes it's like just a big flub. So then we have to try again. Here's some of the little gems I made, just getting the edges ready so that I can pile them and let the students use them, the ones that don't want to actually have to use, cut a lot of glass, because first-time students, beginners, can be a little bit scared. It's like, you break a glass in the kitchen and who wants to pick it up because they're all afraid they're going to get cut. But though it does happen, you have to be careful. But, for those that are a little bit more timid when it comes to the glass, I kind of try to round out some edges in the kiln for them to still be able to use. So that is my morning run. Some good, some bad. Back to the drawing board.